Jesus at the Garden of Gethsemane is one incident that we cannot fully comprehend. This is Jesus, our high priest, going into the Holy of Holies. It is a sacred moment, and none of us can have a Gethsemane experience, for this is our sinless Savior who agonizes because of the sin that was placed upon him. He who knew no sin became sin for us. And he came out and went, as was his custom, to the Mount of Olives, and the disciples followed him. Luke 22, verse 39. He came out refers to the upper room where Jesus and his disciples celebrated the last Passover and the first communion. It is essential for us to probe into Judas' strategy before we understand what is going on here. So he consented and sought an opportunity to betray him to them in the absence of a crowd. Luke 22, verse 6. It is the absence of a crowd, not the disciples. The Last Supper was done in a clandestine manner so that Judas would not betray him before the last Passover. Judas did not know the place where they would participate in Passover until they all reached there. He goes to the upper room not because he was desirous of celebrating the Passover, but because he was looking for an opportune moment to betray Jesus. In Matthew 26:25 we read, Judas, who would betray him, answered, "Is it I, Rabbi?" He said to him, "You have said so." Further, John 13:30 says, "So after receiving the morsel of bread, he immediately went out, and it was night." The moment Judas was looking for had arrived. While he was still speaking, there came a crowd, and the man called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them. He drew near to Jesus to kiss him. Luke 22, verse 47. Jesus was a wandering rabbi, but it was a practice to go to Gethsemane to pray whenever he was in Jerusalem. This is why Luke uses the phrase, "as was his custom." Judas knew this practice, which is why he confidently brings the people to arrest Jesus. Jesus knew that this is the place where he would be arrested, and so he was preparing himself for this night. When the days drew near for him to be taken up, he set his face to go to Jerusalem. Luke 9:51. In his human nature, Jesus struggled to do what he was supposed to do, which was to be made sin for us. This is the reaction of the sinless Jesus towards sin. His customary visit to Gethsemane was a way of preparation to face this night. Prayer is a preparation for us for life and death. Is prayer your lifestyle? Do you, like Jesus, make it your custom to pray? Have a blessed day.